Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome to a traditional best of three Kaldheim Draft with your host, Travis Semulin Sowers. Chat, say hello to YouTube. The stratagems I've been employing to draft this set have continued to work fairly well. We went on a bit of a tear one day with them, and it's stabilized a little bit now with some 2-1s and some 1-2s, but I still feel pretty confident that when you open a pack, you want to look to the rare and uncommon slot initially. If there's anything amazing, just take it. And if there's not, you want to default to a green card. And I think I may be about to first pick a pack mate here. It's between that and the Doomscar Titan for me. I've also seen the Battershield Warrior do some good stuff. This is an interesting card. It doesn't turn out to be an actual good one. But I think Packmate may just be the best card in this pack. Like, I'm pretty sure this is the best green common and uncommon. Which I can remember kind of arguing, like, maybe Struggle for Skimfar is better? It's not. It's just not. People be like, no, dog, I don't want to play white. So I don't mind pairing green with white. I'd much rather pair green with blue. There are green builds I have found that involve multiple Glimpse and Frost and really good fixing where you could splash a card like Doomscar. And I've said I would pass this, and there are packs I would pass it out of. I do not believe that this is one of them. This is not necessarily me looking to go green-white, although if this wheels, I might. I've had some good green-white decks. Behold is very good. This might draw you 2 cards. This functionally might draw you 8. I said I would pass. I didn't say I would always pass. All right, here we've got a lot of good blue and a Demon Bolt, as well as an Elvish Bow, but I don't feel required to grab Elvish Bow. I like it a good bit. I do like 1 run ashore, exactly 1 ashore. Inga has been okay for me. In the blind, I would take the pack mate. The Behold is going to draw you 2 cards. So is the pack mate, but one of them's a 3/3. Inga's not the pick there. I have not been that impressed with Inga. Inga Doomscar could be fun, but that means I'm playing blue-white, and I don't want to play blue-white. All right, so now we need to make a bit of a decision, because we've got a Doomscar Titan, a Behold the Multiverse, and a Sculptor of Winter. I think I like the Behold here, which is probably just going to put me right back into Teamer shenanigans, which is fine. I'm very happy with that. And I absolutely love Not Vold Recluse. I don't know if I've told you guys enough how much I adore this card. It is quite good. I gotta take the Runed Crown though. If we find a Rune of Flight, I could be quite interested in this. And I think the rest of this is stuff I can find later. If I was deeper into green-red, I'd be more interested in the Cinderheart Giant. Yeah, these are the same card. And if you're playing green-blue, you can play both of them. I mean, Bant gets the Iron Verdict. I think I'm still taking the Vandal here. I do like it quite a bit. But there's a chance we just pitch the red and play Bant colors. That's free Snowlands, too. The white decks don't want them. But I do feel like blue-green is probably open, because I'd have been happy picking a Linda here, but we get an uncommon land. I've done good stuff with that. And the red splash is just trivial. Man, I don't want to draft the same deck over and over, but it's like they won't stop passing me the cards. This is probably not happening. I mean, I suppose in theory it could, but it's not likely. Here's my maybe pile. Here's my probably pile. That could happen. I think it's super unlikely, but it could happen. I really like the first run ashore. Like, a lot. My mind's changed a good bit on that. Richard, thank you for the resub. Y'all spam some cats for Richard. Filler, sure. Thank you, my friend. There was a snow-covered plains there, which I mentioned the snow-covered plains are pretty free. And there's my Notvold, which I really want. I like 2 of these in my green decks. I think we were probably Mardu about 70% of the time. I would occasionally get into the other colors, but it wasn't something that happened often. So Rune of Mortality is not bad to pair with our Runed Crown. I wouldn't be playing it just for that. I'd probably rather have 2 of them. Basalt Ravager is pretty easy to make work with a lot of changelings. I kind of feel like none of this is as good as Sarulf's Packmate. I've wondered how people could get 2 or 3 in the same deck, and it's because they opened 2 or 3 of them. Like, this card is so good. Because we could take this and try to splash it. I'm not opposed to that. We could take the U to find a Linda. That's pretty neat. But Packmate's absurd. If we were going to look at green-white, this would be the inflection point to go for it. Because, like, we get Doomscar, we get a Shieldmate. Who cares about a Shieldmate? Ideally, the rune you get in the deck is one that's castable easily. Ideally, the rune you get in the deck is one that's not castable easily. But if we're playing green, it should be castable easily. I think Maya's worth a peek. Like, why are we playing blue? I don't know for sure that I'm doing this, but I might be. Huh. Am I about to get into green-white again? Because I've been pretty happy with the Valkyrie, and Finn ain't bad either. I'm going to take Finn to, like, hedge. But I need one more white flyer, and let's do it. Well, I'll just take a Linda here. This is a little bit better in green-white, but I still don't 100% know that I'm green-white. I suspect that I am. Well, huh. There's nothing here for that. Sculptor's fine. But, like, this deck currently doesn't really want to play it. Give me a reason. Okay, Iron Verdict is a nod. The other land is a nod. I think we may be looking at just straight up green-white stuff. Get over here. Get over here. Because, like, this is a pretty decent start for green-white stuff. I don't have a whole lot of interaction. But I get apparently infinite Bredegard strongholds? That's kind of crazy. Sold. Mana sinks all around. I don't love this guy in this deck, although it can work. And we could still move in on the blue. This could potentially let us splash if we'd like to. So that's interesting adjacent. Broken Wings I like. I've sideboarded in Dogged Pursuit a good bit, and it's not been bad. I don't think we want a cat, but I might just main deck this. I could probably run Herald's Revenge if I needed to. Is this looking for... Well, I suppose this is like getting me to the crown, but this deck probably wants pick. It's probably playing Valor of the Worthy too. I need a few flyers, and if I could go back and swap out the Finn for that flyer, I think I'd probably do that now. So I've been pretty happy with Lityara Glade Warden. I could also pretty easily splash Waking the Trolls. Exclamation point YouTube, it's on my YouTube channel. It's the one labeled Kaldheim re-review. Do I need to splash Waking the Trolls? I don't think I need to. Well, I'm going to. I'm splashing Waking the Trolls anyway. I'll play this. I could also play a Runeforge Champion. That's really counting on finding a rune. But at this point, I'll play any of them. All right, I'll give it a gamble. Show me literally any rune. Okay, and I got my Glade Warden anyway. Although, to be fair, Raven Wings is pretty important for this type of deck. But I'd rather have the Glade Warden here. If we don't find a rune, it's okay, don't panic. We're going to be okay. Divine Gambit's the type of interaction we're going to get. So if I take this, the red splash is basically trivial, because I could do it off of the pick, the land, and the bear. The problem is the bear isn't actually very good on its own, and I could just play this Bounding Gold. So like the red splash is not necessarily on the menu. Two Divine Gambits is fine. Yeah, we're ending up with a decent deck that I think ends up not playing the rune shenanigans. Nice. I would like 3 Divine Gambits, sure. A Not Bold Recluse, sure. But we kind of need a flyer. A flyer with the Glade Warden is a win condition. Sculptor isn't good. It's good if you want a 2/2. And we'll play it. I wouldn't say it's good. Rune of Mortality, you say. Abe, thank you for the resub. Y'all spam some cats for Abe. If I have a Rune of Mortality, all of a sudden, I can play everything we've picked so far. Come on in, buddy. Yeah, we can give Finn Death Touch. It'll be great. I don't think I'm playing the red splash currently. And I certainly don't need 2 of these. I'm not going to get another thing. I could sort of see playing a Scald, but I'd be wanting to top deck it. I don't think I have enough creatures to just be jamming in 2 picks. Maybe we side in the Scald. Because I'm a little short critters. Snakeskin Bill's not bad. I again don't know that that makes it in. We'll have to look and see. I could play that as like an off-color land to go with the Sculptor. This deck has basically ended up as Maya and Friends, which I'm okay with. All right, give me 2 seconds and we'll get this one built. I'll be right back, stream. Sorry for the long break. Welcome back. Scotty, thank you for the chair bets. All right, so this mana base is obviously wonky. We'll sort that out in a minute. The question is this exactly what I want to play? And I don't think it's that crazy. I'm a little concerned that we don't quite have enough creatures. But I kind of like the interaction between Maya and waking the trolls, etc., etc. And it's a way to like refill if we have to Wrath. We could splash the Bolt. I'm not sure that I need it. I've got a Bounding Gold and 2 Gambits. I'd like one more flyer. If we could go back and trade the pick out where I took Finn over one of the Valkyries, I think I'd be happier. I do think it'd be pretty easy to put the Bolt in here, but I don't think we need it. Like, what we're missing is a couple creatures. And that doesn't actually give us any. So I don't know that that super matters. We're not realistically ramping with a Sculptor of Winter. I understand that it's bad. We could look at maybe playing a Master Scald with the idea that, like, in a perfect world, we're getting back Waking the Trolls. In an imperfect world, we're getting back the Ruined Crown, the pick, or maybe a Rune of Vitality that we could maybe cast off of the pick. Maybe there's a scenario where we've Wrathed and we can get back a Bounding Gold. So I don't think that's super crazy. It doesn't leave me a lot of 2-drops, but I don't necessarily have to come out that aggressive. I just don't know that this is, like, I'm nervous. If I could put this in the middle of the deck, that'd be fantastic. I'm just scared I'm going to draw it. If we had a lot more ways to augment things, I might be interested in playing the Ox, but like we're not really doing that auras thing. Well, some people say 2-drop and they mean thing that costs 2 mana. That's not what I mean. I mean thing that I can put on the board on turn 2. Yeah, Divine Gambit's not really what we want. But like 2-drop for me, like cycling something isn't a 2-drop. It's something you can do with 2 mana, but it's not a 2-drop. And it's kind of the same thing with Foretelling. It's not really a 2-drop. But I do think the Sculptor's just actively bad enough that I might like to try this. Because the chance of the Sculptor coming up with the Snowland is pretty bloody rare. So our idea to splash Waking the Trolls is we're going to do it off of the Meadow, the Pick, and probably 1 Mountain. I think I could get away with that. If I could do it with this. Is Valor worth it? Not really. But if I'm playing the Scald, I probably want the Valor, because that's at least something that's super easy for me to get into the graveyard. So like if I'm going to play the Scald, I want all sorts of I want to make sure I draw something, because let me tell you what I don't want is a 5 mana 4/4. This has to do something. So if it's getting me a flyer that I can suit up, okay, something. And I do think I like main decking the Broken Wings. I'm curious if I might want to bring the Snow Elf back in if I'm playing this as my other red source. But I think I want to try it like this and see how we feel. So this deck probably wants a little more white than green. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that would leave me room for 8. Okay, we're going to have to do that if I'm splashing. I got the Kaldheim lands in here yet? I don't even really know what those look like. I saw them the first time when we were playing Magic Online. They do. Let's use some of those. We've got one of those. That's it. This is your Kaldheim land. I thought there were more. I guess there's not. We could probably win some games with this. I don't know that it's going to be the best deck I've ever played, but classic Azorius deck. Oh, the snows take the place of basics. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? All right, I think we're ready for a Stream Raiders battle. And then we can see what we can do with this. It's a boss fight, but everybody's here. We'll be fine. 5-color green is the best you can get, although there's plenty of other good ones. If you want a full breakdown on my thoughts on the archetypes, I have that up on my YouTube channel under the heading Kaldheim Re-Review. Them firing earlier is better for you, True Noki. It means you can get in more battles. Save you cooldowns. Thunder Dan with the kills, Data with the assists, rewards, or Adam, Thunder Dan, and Nelson. And another boss down for us. So we want to go for the blue chest. Let's do that. And get to smush some orcs. Neat. Don't get to fight orcs much anymore. All right, cool. Do the thing. So for those of you tuning in on YouTube and on the stream, I know Andy had asked about it too. I was playing some Sealed on Magic Online yesterday, which I really didn't think I'd ever play Magic Online again. But there is a big Sealed tournament coming up next Saturday. We have a subscriber drive goal to have me stream on Saturdays. Like if I'm going to be streaming on Saturdays anyway, which I hope I am, maybe we play in the big Sealed tournament. And there's currently no way to practice for it. There's not best of 3 Sealed on Arena. It's like if I want to try out Sealed, I'm gonna have to do it there. So we did one yesterday. Those are 5-round events. We went 4-1. Tomorrow there will be best of 3 Sealed. The optimal strategy, True Noki, is actually for you as a player to drop as many of the common units as you can, the low cooldown, and level them up as fast as possible. Now, I don't know that the payouts for best of 3 Sealed on MTG Arena will be bad. Both sides tried hard. I also don't know that the sun will come up tomorrow. Well, I say bad. Bad isn't the right word. I don't know that they will be weighted towards packs. Yeah, you want to level your units up as fast as possible. So for me, I need to be playing the uncommon ones and the rare ones because I'm only placing 1 unit every 30 minutes. As a viewer, you want to be placing the common ones. It's only 4 rounds, Richard. You got to win all 4. But yeah, getting 4 wins is the goal. So if we're streaming on Saturdays, I'll probably try one of those. If we get in, cool. If we don't, meh. But it's nice to have a competitive limited event. And I'd much rather it be Sealed than draft. I saw these white cards and I was like, what the heck is this hand? I don't play white cards. Maya ha, Maya he, Maya ho, Maya ha ha. That's obviously a parody for DCMA purposes. This is leaves the battlefield, right? So even if they bounce it, we're good. Cardboard Live is up and working. You may need a refresh, Swaggy. Yeah, I would not be super worried if they bounced this. I mean, it does buy him a lot of time. It's a very worthy pack mate. That could have been a 2/2, and it still would have been a playable card in this set. I've played this before. It's the kind of the worst way to splash if you're green play everything, but if you've got incredibly powerful rares and uncommons, it's still worth doing. I don't think I've put 2 in a deck yet, but I could believe that I'd do it if I had good enough cards. There's some argument to Vandal that, and I'm going to now that I've drawn the Shield Mate, another 2-drop, because I can just play Maya next turn, then make the land drop. I'm not missing any tokens, and I get a bigger board. I think this is double green. No, it's only single green to activate, so we got a lot of options if we want them. Probably just means they're planning to win with flyers. When green-white's open, it's not bad. It tends to take Maya to get me interested in green-white. But once I'm there, I'm on board. Yeah, we've been doing heroic. We can only get the first 3 bosses, but we're not like a progression guild. It's more of a chill, hang out with your buddies, try to kill some bosses stuff. Well, we cleared normal. That was cool. What I'm most excited about is that not just the Arena Open will be sealed, but also the March qualifier, which this Arena Open can give us entry to. Yes, so we're going to play a sealed tournament that gives us entry into another sealed tournament that gives us entry into another sealed tournament, which qualifies us for a standard tournament. So it is the 4th part that I'm not that excited about. However, I am excited about competitive limited. Got a 5/5 ground blocker unless I deal with that avalanche caller, which is a pain in the butt. Do I get a good attack if I do this? Because I play her and I can send here? That's not incredible. I mean, I guess I get my land drop, but I also kind of just want to play the Linda this turn and then go next turn. They're out of cards. It will not mist. They have stated that it will not. Unless I misread something. What's the card you changed your mind about the most? This does leave me trading. This is the awkward spot, I suppose, is if they have both of these up. This is a 5/5. Yeah, I would end up trading this for one land, which I don't want to do right now. So we're going to have to answer that. I may be wrong, Mist, but I'm pretty sure it said it was standard. We reviewed it yesterday. What I changed my mind about the most? Probably the pack mate. I thought the pack mate was going to be pretty good, and you'd have a question about whether you were picking it over struggle, and you're just picking it in most of the packs it's in. So the MPL gets to know what the formats are early? That seems bogus, dude. That seems incredibly bogus. So they can block my three biggest things, which would be here, here, and here. And then they take 2, 4, 6. I think I'm just dead, but we're going to find out. Block, block, block. Take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess this is how you beat Coma? Yeah, the Foretell Raven's been pretty good, but I wouldn't say busted. What's up, Bandgeek? I'm doing well. I hope you are too. That's going to be incredibly hard for me to beat. I have no idea how we're beating that, other than exactly that, I guess. I still like the Waking the Trolls, especially if I know they're actively trying to get to 7 mana. So I'm interested in playing these guys if I'm playing green and looking to splash a lot of stuff. It looks like they're just trying to play them for ramp, and I don't like it for that. Hey, sometimes all you need is one turn. I don't really have a size board for this. Give Houseplant a snuggle for me. What's up, Joe? Yeah, we sort of have answers, and like whatever they put into play after they've got Coma, who cares? Yeah, it's worse than Coma. But I think the Packmate's the thing I've moved the furthest on. It's probably the best green uncommon. Run Ashore, I've changed my mind on some. I thought it was going to be a sideboard card. I'm pretty happy to main deck it. The Spider, I thought was going to be a sideboard card. I'm pretty happy to main deck it. This is not a lovely opener, but I'll give it a shot. It is. And it's the best green uncommon. Let that sink in for a minute. I didn't misspeak. I'm making a statement. In a set where I'm routinely looking to the uncommons and rares for what to first pick, this stands out quite often. Roost of Drakes is pretty dang good. All right, all right. This does not help us beat Coma, no, but we could cast a Divine Gambit, and I don't think we're going to get beat down by 1-power creatures. But we've got a little bit of time. Yeah, he was right. He was right. I certainly came up on Run Ashore. And I remember arguing that this card looked okay. It's not. You can't put it in your deck. Well, I mean, you can, but I don't want to play it. Draga Visionary was pretty far up there. Now, I liked Rabid Bite better, but there were people making an argument about it. Come down on Hawk? Oh yeah, the Pilfering Hawk. You're absolutely right. I have come down a lot on the Pilfering Hawk. Yeah, Linda's come up a bit. Runed Crown is great. I have one in this deck. Yeah, agree. I've moved down on the Hawk a lot. Well, just like reading this set, it looks good to me, but that's just because we've had crap card advantage in the last two sets. If you tap... No, it would not. If this somehow became a snow creature, then it might. Because the mana's coming from the Sentinel, not the thing you tap. I am planning to play best of 3, yes. Also planning to play the Arena Open. We played best of 3 sealed yesterday on Magic Online in preparation. If we're streaming on Saturdays by then, I don't see why not. It's a sealed tournament that qualifies you for a sealed tournament that qualifies you for a sealed tournament that qualifies you for a standard tournament. You don't think Gambit deals with coma at all? Okay. Scott. That's the game mechanic. It said anonymous and then changed to the game mechanic. Thank you very much, game mechanic. Y'all spam some cats for the game mechanic. Thank you, my friend. I looked down there and it was confused because Scott had done some bits. Thank you very much. We moving on up. That puts us to 407. Thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate that. Man, they might be angry. What are you doing? I'm not going to play best of one. Why would I play best of one? I mean, to an extent, why would anyone play best of one? But especially me. I probably should have put the death touch on the Sentinel itself so that I'm not just dead to a flyer, because I think I'm now dead to a flyer. It's super awkward. Because I said this had to be better than this, and it isn't. Why didn't they kill me last turn? They could not. Unless I've missed something. Because we end up having to chump block this, and then I probably have to exile it. And that just doesn't strike me as good enough. I guess I've got 2 chump blocks, so why wouldn't I take it? But imagine this had the death touch. That would be so much better. I suppose the good news is that if that card is coma, I'm already losing to it. Well, that changes things just a little bit, doesn't it? I hope they don't have a bounce spell or something for this. Yeah, the auto tapper got me a little bit. It's okay. Auto tapper really trying to get me. They wanted to play Coma with Disdainful Stroke up? Sure. You got me. Now all we need is some way to gain life. To even up these life totals. If only there were some of those in the deck. It is unlikely we're going to poison them out. That's not what we're going for. You gotta have faith, Panza. And I gotta have lunch. We're gonna take a lunch break after this. You gotta have lunch. Back up to 10 feels like a real game again. Thank you, Nelson. Well, I think it would be nice if I could eat some lunch. I know not everybody has got a lunch like me. You better think twice if you gonna grab my sandwich, 'cause I will slap you like a... nothing. I don't know. We've got options that include but are not limited to chicken nuggies, corn dags. No more frost for you. Sure can. There's some spiffy things going on here. Now I reckon they're about to bounce some of our stuff. I'll still have one blocker. It'll still be all right. That's... I guess there's no good one for that. This would have been better for them to bounce, wouldn't it? Unless they're planning to kill me this turn. And maybe they are. My ha. My ho. My ha ha. Haven't played a land this turn, so may as well see if we can get one. It's not one, but it's alright. Coma? No problem. Not for me. Alright, we're going to pause the YouTubes. See you guys back for round 2. Back for round 2 with corn dags. I decided corn dags for lunch, chicken nuggers for dinner. What's up, Wizard? It's an interesting one, but okay. When grocery shopping hungry, good news, you'll have food for a year. I always get a weird mix of stuff when I go to the grocery store hungry. Yeah, we've had Orvar. It's pretty good with Snuggle for Simfar. I kind of forgot about him. We had it once very early and I hadn't seen him since. This definitely looks like a Travis starting hand, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. That was the one card I didn't want to draw. But we managed to do it. Maybe they just straight up blow it up. Can we get anything to play other than this? Thank you. Why wouldn't you attack there? You got a bounce spell. Okay. You can bounce if you want to. You can leave my spider behind. Because if you don't bounce and if you can't bounce, well, something. Jonk. Okay. Do I care about that? Not really. I reckon they probably make this trade. I think I'd rather not. But kind of is what it is. All of my creatures can at least trade through here, and I'm thinking there's some possibility they bounce the rune or something, but probably won't. They might not have. I don't, like, it's going to happen one way or the other, and I don't have a lot that we're looking to do with our mana here, so. I still think they have another bounce spell, because it's pausing here for something. Which kind of makes me not want to run the Valor of the Worthy. I guess they'll probably bounce it here if they're going to bounce it. Yeah, okay. It was a Depart the Realm. They've had that since the beginning. Magurta Bergsterder. That was a rough draw. I think if we draw the champion, the rune, and the crown, it's not going to go well for us. You kind of want some of those to be in the deck. I don't think I want to change much here, although I could almost see Herald's Revenge doing a little bit of work. I think we still got what we need here. Thank you for bearing with me while I nom. And thank you again for the gift subs, Michael. I really appreciate that. We're actually up to 408 currently, plus 9, 10 Stream Raider sales. So we're at 418. We getting there. Oh, I mentioned how much I didn't want this in my opener. These have been two really rough draws. Because I feel like these are all cards I'd want to top deck. Not cards I'd want in my opener. But I understand now how people are able to get 2 or 3 Sarulf's Pagmates in their deck. You have to open it. You don't open it, you don't get more. I guess there's, well, it's a sorcery, but there's no reason not to have Gambit up. I can't imagine I'd ever use it, but... I just saw your spider comment, Zach. It's pretty good. This is an embarrassing series of draws. Can we go back to the previous match where I looked like a genius? Because I liked that one. That one was good. I'd like to play that one again, please. Because I'm playing a 5-mana 4/4. They're going to Doom Bolt it. The Snakeskin Veil is not to protect this. It's to protect whatever we draw next. Hopefully Maya. That'd be swell. Okay, at least we're going to get some value off of them broke wangs. Or not. No hat for you. I really don't want to try to Snakeskin Veil to block, but I think I have to. Don't make me do it. Oh, I hate defensive combat tricks. I suppose I can just take the 3. It's okay. But I'm worried about my life total. So many wolves. They're really howling like the wolves today. No, they're I was hungry. No, I lost it. It's gone. It's so bad. So bad. We were doing like the 80s songs, and I was thinking of Hungry Like the Wolves, but I couldn't remember the words. Y'all ready for this? What you got? That's what I thought. Straight up path to exile. I don't reckon we're awakening any trolls. We got any food for this? Not yet. Good morning, Reckoner.
Good morning, Travis.
Thank you very much for the resub. Everybody was arguing that this is bad. It's just, it's a 5-mana removal spell. Reckoner, dude. Dude. What are you doing? That's crazy. Thank you very much. Y'all spam a lot of cats for Reckoner. Thank you, my friend. Kaboom. Just like that, we at 418. Thank you very much, my friend. Yeah, this is a 5-mana removal spell that untaps 2 lands. You look at it that way, you're like, hey, that's not so bad. Sometimes there's things that you need to be dead, but they're alive. And this gives you the opportunity to make them dead. Hey, thank you, Reckoner. You're in one of them right now. Thank you, my friend. Zach, thank you very much. Y'all spam some cats for Zach. Thank you, my friend. I think it's okay to attack here, although I'm incredibly nervous. That does put us to 420 subs. Like a bounce spell here would be pretty brutal. Okay. Yeah, the thing is, like, let's say they have a creature that you can't answer. You play Divine Gambit and kill it, and they've got something better. Guess what? You were going to die. You were losing that game anyway. I came up on the runes to be fair. It should have been a clue that they're uncommons. I don't think I was looking, as I was looking through it, I was like, oh, this is obviously a Prince format, and the uncommons are all going to be better. But they are, and they were. And now we know. The heck are they sitting on? No, I don't want to make that trade. I guess we are sitting now. Storm count at 10. Thank you for the gift sub. Y'all spam some cats for the storm count. Thank you very much, friendo. I'm stuck here because I want to have Broken Wings up. But I also want to hold lands for Maya. Thank you all very much for the gift subs. Y'all are very generous today. Thank you. I mean, I think I got to try to go somewhere. I'm still utterly confused as to what they have. Super nervous. That hurts. Okay, we're done attacking. New! 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 I had the answer to it in my hand. I still had all these. To be fair, imagine we have one blocker there, I blow it up. They're probably still killing me unless their top card is a Wrath. Which it could be. But sadly was not. Well, I mean, could have been. Who knows? All right, one more. Let's see if we can get us to 2-1. I feel like those are just awful draws. Bad openings, bad draws. Like, the deck functions. It just needs to not have all of the stuff I'm supposed to top deck late game, like this idiot in its opener. Am I supposed to mull this? What does this hand do? Well, I suppose if I flood out, I've got Waking the Trolls into Scald to get it back. What are my odds at hitting a green source? Not a mull to 5. You guys are way too eager to mulligan. Like, do the math, then decide. What are my chances to hit a green? We got 33 cards left, 8 sources. We got 2 draws to hit 1. Or 43% to hit a green source. How about in 3 draws? $57. It's better than my chances of winning if I click mulligan. Like, I'm at about a 50% chance to win right now. If I click this button, I know that it goes to 40. I don't know that I get a better opener than this. This is really bad, but yeah, it's not a 57% chance to win. It's a 57% chance to get to play. But if I get to play, then I have a 50% chance to win. Let's say we could guarantee that the mulligan is going to get us 3 colors of mana. Heck yeah, I'm clicking that button every time. But we don't know that. I think there's an even stronger argument to keep something like that in this hand. Or to keep something like that with this draw. So this is where the 50% chance comes up. Yeah, if it's a free mull, I'd take it all day. It's not a free mull. We're doing all right, Kronos. How you doing? Sometimes it doesn't work out. Makes me sad. That argument about getting to play just doesn't hold water with me. I think I like Packmate and Valor of the Worthy on it. So at least my Scald can potentially do something later, and we can get closer to our 4th land. They looking to do some stuff and things, ain't they? And I'm kind of just up looking to block. All right, we'll see about blocking. Beard. 2 facts about the beard. Exclamation point joy, Kronos, if you would like to watch a short video series to teach you how to draft. I can make you better. My passion is teaching people how to draft. I would not be very, very high pick in Beard Tribal. I was terrified they had a combat trick there. I'm wondering if I want to bind the artifact. I don't care about the 4/5. We're obviously just trading Finn for that. And if this goes perfectly, we're going to need... Like, binding this doesn't do anything, right? I guess it stops the damage from coming in, which is what I'm looking for right now. Yeah, I think I have to, because that'll win the game if left unchecked. It's super awkward, but what we got to do. Yeah, we got food for that. Pretty good. This may not get better than making sure we don't have more shenanigans like that. Because we're still fine here. I'm not going to put the other amulet in play. They've already got a bazillion mana. So whatever they put in play, they're probably just going to cast next turn anyway. Yeah, it got me. But I can't really plan to get through on the ground right this second. They did, but I can't gambit the Orvar if they're not tapped out, or they just bounce it and make a copy of it. Like, sure, you got a bunch of crap on the ground. Given the fullness of time, we can do some things. I also hope they have a butt-to-butt with that ox. Oh, it does say other creature. You were right. We probably hold one land. The very powerful 0/7. I'm going to go for this here because I'm a monster. At least one of these is a neck snap. But if I answer this, I'm all of a sudden ahead. I don't like defensive combat tricks, but if you're going to use them, one that gives hexproof is nice. Now, at issue is I really do believe they have an iron verdict. And I think what they would kill me with is a creature or a flyer, so we're just going to chillax. Like, what is this pile of stuff? It's just, okay, they're all the same card. That name again is... We'll just take away their green. I don't know what it's for. I'm ready for him to use the neck snap now. Because my plan is to block down the plow, blow everything up, so you can go ahead and have this. I need a creature in the graveyard to get back awakening the trolls. But I do need to trade something for that plow. I don't know that they'll send it here. I guess they're going to get back a neck snap, but they had plenty of stuff to get back anyway, and they're probably going to get back the Raven, and that's when we'll fire off the Doom Scar. That's crazy. But I don't get the new Simpsons references, which I think is equally crazy, you know? Now I need a little bit more than one beard. No harm making it look like all this stupid equipment is my game plan. I really don't want to Wrath and leave them with the plow. I kind of need to find a way for them to attack with the plow, but I don't know that they're going to do that. When I want more than a 5 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it's functionally a 2 for 1, right? I just feel like so many of these oxes don't matter. Yeah, I'll give it one more turn, but that's probably got to be it. It's unrealistic not to go for it next turn. I'm already feeling old, Drac. This does not help. I'm almost 40. Do we attack first? Yeah, we do. Because it's unlikely that that is a saw it coming. Schmug knows what I'm putting down. Oh, this could not be more perfect. The only downside is I lose my 1/1, but I'm okay with that. Even if they have it, we can still redevelop this board because we were playing around it, but I don't actually think that they do. I feel like I'd rather have a Bound in Gold. The Valor's not crazy either, but I feel like a Bound in Gold would be kind of nice. You haven't seen me cast it every time. How many cards in their hand do you think might be green? I cannot say for sure, but I suspect at least some. I've had some decks that it was really good in. This isn't one of them. I think the most we've gotten off of it was 5 trolls. Arnie Slays the Troll is basically just a fight spell, which is fine. Probably a green card. I blew up their green mana. Sure it is, but I mean, so would the brawl spell, the punch spell with no oh, Kaya's Onslaught is what they have. Makes sense. The fight spell with no snow mana would work there too, right? I think it's at 100%, John. Arnie Fights the Troll is not bad. Like, the good thing is if you're in red-green, you're probably going to get past one because nobody else wants it, but... I could, well, I don't know that Herald's Revenge is going to be great there. It's going to be okay. Has a lot of work to die to that one card. I don't have much of a size board for what they're doing unless we wanted to bring in the snow package, and I don't think I do. Red-green's pretty good. No, the more I think about it, it doesn't, because what am I going to do? Kill an Ox? Force a point of damage? If I could engineer a scenario where they've just got a flyer to block with, it'd be swell, but I don't think that's going to work out. What was the red version of that spell that we had back in the day? Had a werewolf on it? Uncaged Furry, that's right. I think Teamer Battle Rage was +1/+0. I don't remember. It's been a long time since cons. Yeah, I'm kind of holding the Stream Raiders hostage, but it's okay. Y'all don't mind. It's just double strike, no pump. Okay. But you couldn't cast it unless you had something that was worth pumping, so it kind of didn't matter. Right? Well, I mean, you could, you just didn't. I don't feel like getting plowed. Maybe just to try to make a quick clock, but like, we'll see. I think this being able to be moved around will be useful to us. I was convinced they had a Iron Verdict there, but they didn't. Maybe they're waiting for me to equip. Yeah, that's not bad either. That's not bad either. But if it's on the crown, then it's like I got it out of the graveyard, you know? And I can get it back out of the graveyard already with this. I'm kind of thirsty. I want to get their life total to 0. I mean, we're going to get some gold. Maya he, Maya ha. I'm sorry, Techno Shaman. Variants will get the best of us, so it'll get me sometimes too. We are fighting for a 2-1 with everything we got. How the heck do you get 5 masked vandals? Maybe we'll do the Stream Raiders battle for the next round. I don't want to hold them hostage all day. And I'm not changing my sideboard, so maybe y'all can just watch. I'm tempted to see if they'll double strike one of these to try to get me. If they do it this way, I don't feel so bad. Just bop that afterwards. Thinking I might swing Team and Snakeskin Veil. I'd need to be able to beat an Iron Verdict. Yeah, I guess there's no reason to risk her, but I can still send these. It's fine. Okay, here's how we beat the Iron Verdict. Okay, that works too. I guess they don't have an Iron Verdict. They got their combat trick. A call! That's a bold move, Cotton. This is basically swing team. I can't believe they didn't have an Iron Verdict last time. This is draft. I should have just activated my land. I'm bad and I feel bad. Don't judge me. I knew they didn't have it, though, because of the way they played last time. I'm about to die of thirst. I have to go get a beverage. Man, it's hard to think about stuff when you're thirsty. Yeah, there's decks that pick goes in. I just think they appear not very often in best of three. I don't think there's really actually any changes to be made here. You don't need a. You're not splashing with a pick. Also, I'm playing 4 colors. But the pick is not for splashing. The pick is for beating face. Yep. There's a couple reasons the pick is existing here, and that's a big one. They know what this is. I'm giving them information by playing that. But I may also just not be in a position to do much about it. Because I'm literally dead to their combat trick if they have it. There's stone nothing I can do about that. Maybe we equip this up with the idea that next turn we could get in a hit with the pick. Yeah, this is YouTube time, Adam. I'm not focused on the stream raiders while we're doing the YouTube videos. So, I think I'm probably still dead. Because of Mr. Plow. What are the chances they block this with Mr. Plow? I really wish they had. They've got an ox in hand. They know what this is. That was tough. It was real tough. That name again is Mr. Plow. I even had the Iron Verdict. That was never going to work. All right, that'll do it for the YouTube draft. We will finally now get to playing the land. Killed my chances there. They had an Iron Verdict. We were dead. So it's important to understand, like, there's scenarios where a lot of people will come in and, actually, we'll do the stream raiders, but I think this is worth having on the YouTube. Like, sure, there's some mediocre chance where that's possible, but it's also important to recognize that some games of Magic are games of Candyland, right? So sometimes if you're playing Magic, the cards are stacked in such an order that you're not going to win. And I think some number of limited games are won because of that. I think that number is greater than 50%. That you just don't draw the cards in the right order, and it frankly doesn't matter what you do. That's why it's so frustrating when you make a wrong decision, because you don't get to make those decisions as often as you might like because of the variance inherent in Magic. So like, arguing over that minuscule play at the end is one of those things that will eventually lead to me being frustrated. Like, it's okay to suggest alternative lines of play, but like, I would say more than 50% of my wins are just because I drew the right cards in the right order. And I would say more than 50% of my losses are because my opponent drew the right cards in the right order. No, I'm saying 50% of the games that you win, right? I'm not saying that 50% of the games are coin flips. I'm saying of the games that you win, half of them you probably didn't do anything to win them. You just drew the right cards in the right order. The other half mattered. So I'm saying I think at least 25% of the game is entirely variance. Like, even someone who's stone terrible will still win some games now and then. Why? Because they draw a bunch of 1/1 flyers and play them all out, and the other person's stuck on 2 lands. Like, that'll happen. Like, that game, they either don't have something to crew the plow, or they do and we're dead. And I like, as soon as I drew the planes, I was like, this game is over. They knew what it was when I foretold it, yet I still had to do it, right? Like, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, there's times you can go through and replay a game, and like, this is where I talk about mulligans too, right? Like, if I had a time machine and we could go back and start that one again, well, I can think of a lot better things to do with time machines, but you would need to have a time machine to know that you're supposed to mulligan that, right? With perfect information, you can be like, let's go back. But we didn't have that. So I still think that was an interesting one. We'll stop the YouTube draft now, but don't worry, there's plenty more Magic to come. And I did promise you stream raiders. So we will stream raid. If you would like to watch the drafts live, you can do so at www.twitch.tv/Semulin. See y'all next time.